How farmers' walks completely change the human body. Let's talk about one of the simplest, most underrated, and most brutally effective exercises ever invented, the farmer's walk. At first glance, it just looks like walking with weights in your hands. But the truth is, farmers' walks can completely transform how your body looks, feels, and performs. And when I say transform, I mean from the ground up: grip strength, posture, muscle growth, fat loss, stability, even your mindset. This isn't just another gym exercise. This is a full-body reset disguised as something incredibly simple. And today, I'm going to show you, step by step, what really happens when you start doing farmers' walks consistently, how they affect every part of your body, and how you can add them into your training to unlock massive results. Let's start at the beginning: grip strength. 1. Grip strength, your first transformation. The very first change you notice from farmers' walks is your grip. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Of course your grip improves, you're literally holding on to heavy weights. But it goes deeper than that. Research has shown that grip strength is one of the best indicators of longevity. Doctors actually use grip strength tests in studies as a predictor of overall health, because weak grip strength is linked to a higher risk of injury, reduced independence later in life, and even higher mortality rates. On the flip side, a strong grip often means stronger connective tissue, healthier muscles, and better function as you age. That's why every time you load up those dumbbells, kettlebells, or farmer's handles and take a walk, you're not just training your hands. You're building a foundation that supports your entire body's health. I'll give you an example. When I first started doing farmers' walks, I thought my grip was decent. But within 2 weeks of consistent training, I noticed something strange. Carrying groceries suddenly felt easier. Holding onto a pull-up bar for longer didn't feel like a struggle anymore. Even opening jars, things I never even considered training for, became effortless. That's the power of grip. The cool thing is, you don't need insane weight to see results. Even moderate dumbbells carried for short distances light up your forearms, wrists, fingers, and all those little stabilizer muscles you never think about. It's one of the simplest, most natural ways to develop grip strength without overcomplicating your workout. Think about the person who insists on carrying every single grocery bag from the car in one trip. That's farmer's walk energy. It looks simple on the surface, but it's building a hidden strength that carries over into every aspect of life. 2. Posture, fixing the modern hunch. Now let's talk about posture, because this is a huge one. Take a look around when you're out in public. You'll notice a lot of people walking around slouched forward, rounded shoulders, forward neck, collapsed chest. That posture isn't just unattractive, it's a sign of weak and neglected upper back muscles. Farmers' walks are a direct solution. To do them correctly, you have to keep your shoulders packed down and back, almost like you're pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades. That tension retrains your traps, rhomboids, and the deep stabilizers in your upper back to actually hold your posture upright. And it's not just the big muscles. Your rotator cuff muscles also get in on the action, stabilizing your shoulder joint with every single step. If you've ever dealt with shoulder discomfort, this movement can act like physical therapy disguised as strength training. When I committed to farmers' walks for 6 weeks straight, I started noticing something subtle but powerful. I'd catch myself standing taller without thinking about it. My shoulders naturally pulled back instead of slumping forward. Even friends commented on how much more confident I looked, just from how I carried myself. That's not vanity, that's biomechanics. A strong posture protects your spine, reduces pain, and gives you presence when you walk into a room. 3. Core strength, more than six-pack abs. Once your posture starts correcting itself, another hidden benefit kicks in: your core. Forget crunches and sit-ups. Farmers' walks build a kind of core strength that directly protects your spine and improves your daily movements. Because the moment you pick up heavy weights and start walking, your body wants to twist, lean, and wobble. Your deep core muscles, like the transverse abdominis, have to fire constantly to keep you upright and stable. These aren't the flashy six-pack muscles people flex on the beach. These are the deep stabilizers that keep you safe when you lift your kid, when you bend to tie your shoes, or when you sneeze so hard your whole body jolts. Farmers' walks train your core to handle real life. I still remember one day carrying a heavy box up a flight of stairs. Normally, I'd feel my lower back straining halfway up. But after months of farmers' walks, it was different. My core stayed tight, my back didn't ache, and I felt solid the whole way. That's when it clicked for me. This isn't just about exercise, this is about living stronger. 4. Muscle growth and full body activation. Here's where it gets even better. Farmers' walks don't just strengthen your grip, posture, and core, they trigger full body muscle growth. It doesn't look like much. You're just walking, right? But give it a try, and you'll quickly discover your traps, lats, forearms, legs, and entire core screaming for attention. The soreness you feel afterward isn't the kind that knocks you out for days. It's that satisfying, I just built something real kind of soreness. The beauty is in how scalable it is. If you want raw strength, go heavy and carry for short distances. If you want endurance and conditioning, go lighter and walk longer. You can even throw in variations, like single-arm carries to light up your obliques, or overhead carries to challenge your shoulders and stability in a whole new way. This versatility makes farmers' walks one of the most efficient muscle-building and conditioning tools you can use. You're not wasting time isolating small muscles. You're training everything at once, in a way that makes your entire body stronger. 5. Fat loss and cardio without the boredom. Now let's tackle a benefit that almost everyone is chasing, fat loss. Farmers' walks are sneaky cardio. They spike your heart rate, challenge your lungs, and keep your muscles under tension, all at the same time. Think about it. Your heart doesn't know the difference between jogging on a treadmill and carrying 2 heavy dumbbells across the gym. What it does know is that it has to work hard to fuel your muscles. That combination of muscle engagement plus cardiovascular demand turns your body into a fat-burning furnace. And the best part? It doesn't feel like traditional cardio. You're not gasping on a stair-stepper or jogging endlessly while staring at a wall. You're simply walking, but under load. It's simple, primal, and brutally effective. When I started replacing some of my treadmill time with farmers' walks, the difference was clear. Not only did I drop body fat faster, but I also noticed my conditioning improved in ways running never gave me. My body felt more athletic, more functional. 6. Balance, coordination, and injury prevention. Another underrated benefit is how much farmers' walks improve balance and coordination. Carrying weight challenges something called proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space. Every single step forces your ankles, knees, hips, and core to communicate and adjust. Over time, this rewires your nervous system to react faster and more efficiently. That means fewer missteps, fewer rolled ankles, and better stability in all your activities. I once had a client who struggled with balance, especially on stairs. We added farmers' walks into her weekly routine, starting light and steady. After just a month, she reported feeling much more confident walking up and down stairs and even noticed fewer stumbles during her daily walks. That's the power of functional strength. 7. Mental resilience, training your mind. Now we get to what I think is the most underrated benefit, mental toughness. There's something unique about farmers' walks. The moment you pick up those weights and start walking, your body and your mind enter a battle. Your forearms start burning, your traps catch fire, your core screams at you to stop, but your only job is to keep walking. Step after step, breath after breath. This teaches you grit. It teaches you how to stay calm under pressure, how to push through discomfort, and how to keep moving forward when every part of you wants to quit. That kind of mental resilience doesn't just stay in the gym. It carries over into your work, your relationships, your entire life. Personally, I've had days where life felt overwhelming, stress, deadlines, everything piling up. But after a hard session of farmers' walks, something changes. The noise quiets down. The stress feels smaller. You come out of it not just stronger physically, but sharper mentally. Common mistakes to avoid. Before you rush off to start farmers' walks, let's go over 3 common mistakes that people make. First, letting your shoulders roll forward. This ruins your posture and adds stress to your joints. Instead, pull your shoulders back and down, keep your chest tall, and walk with confidence. Second, speed walking through the exercise. The goal isn't to sprint across the gym. It's about controlled, deliberate steps. The slower and more intentional your walk, the more muscle engagement you get. Third, forgetting your core. If your stomach is loose, you're missing one of the biggest benefits. Brace your core as if someone was about to give you a friendly punch in the stomach. That tightness keeps your spine protected and your whole body stable. How to add farmers' walks into your routine. Now, how do you actually program this? If you're brand new, start simple. 2 to 3 sets of 30 to 45 seconds each with moderate weight is plenty. Rest for about a minute between sets to keep your form solid. As you get stronger, you can increase the time under tension, go for a full minute, or bump the weight heavier. Advanced lifters sometimes even cut the rest shorter to push conditioning. The key is progression. Start light, stay consistent, and build up over time. You can also play with variations. Try a suitcase carry, 1 dumbbell in one hand, to challenge your obliques. Try an overhead carry to strengthen your shoulders and stability. Or mix them all together for a complete workout. The big picture. Farmers' walks may look simple, but they are one of the most powerful tools you can add to your training. They improve your grip, fix your posture, strengthen your core, build muscle, burn fat, boost balance, and hardwire mental toughness. And perhaps the best part? They don't require fancy equipment or complicated programming. All you need is some weight and a little bit of space to walk. So next time you're in the gym, skip one of the machines and pick up some dumbbells instead. Walk tall, walk strong, and let this ancient, primal movement reshape your body and mind from the inside out.